This video will go over the learning target and guaranteed viable curriculum as I can model, use, or explain the four operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division with rational numbers. The learning target is I can calculate and interpret integers using addition. So this video is going to go over the introduction of integers. What are integers? Integers, or an integer, is the set of whole numbers and their opposites. An integer can be 0 or a number greater than 0. It can also be 0 or a number less than 0. So integers are both the positives and the negatives and 0 on a number line. The number line is something we're going to use a lot in this class. In years past, you may be familiar with the number line starting at 0 and working your way in the positive direction. In the 6th grade, they may have introduced you to the negative values. This number line represents all integers from -10 to +10. We're going to use this number line a lot this year. Let's talk a little bit about the set of integers. Integers are all of the whole numbers and their opposites. So a whole number is a number that you started learning how to count with when you were a kid. When you were a child, your teacher or your parent probably didn't teach you how to count like this: 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, etc. Right? What your parent or your teacher probably taught you is just to teach with 1, 2, 3, 4, and on. These are the whole numbers, the numbers that you naturally count with. The only difference is a whole number also has 0 in it. So integers are all of those whole numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., and their opposites. So what is the opposite of 1? -1. What is the opposite of 2? -2. And on and on. So we are just talking for the first few months about integers. We are excluding rational numbers, which are those fractions and decimals that we will use later. We also will not be talking about irrational numbers at all. So for this year, you'll mostly just deal with rational numbers and integers. But in this first few chapters, you'll just deal with integers. A common misunderstanding is for students to say integers are any number and their opposite. The phrase any number implies that fractions are part of the integers. So any number could be 1/2 and -1/2. Except for 1/2 and -1/2 are not integers. They're rational numbers. So to fix this, you would change any number to any whole number and their opposite. The word whole number implies all of the counting numbers that you naturally count with on a number line and their opposites. Don't forget, 0 is also a whole number, and so 0 is also an integer.